Crash loop back off. OOM killed. Image pull back off. If you manage Azure AKS in production, you've seen these. And the first time you saw each one, you spent way too long figuring out what it meant. I found a workflow that cuts my AKS debugging time by 40%. It uses ChatGPT in a specific way most engineers aren't doing. I'm going to show you exactly how. Here is how most engineers debug AKS errors, and I did this for years. You get an error. You copy it, you Google it, you get a Stack Overflow post from 2021 that may not apply to your cluster version. You try something. It doesn't work. You Google again. 45 minutes later, you find the answer buried in a GitHub issue thread. It works, eventually. But it is slow. And it is painful when you are on call at 2 a.m. with a P1 incident and your phone is ringing. There is a faster way. When I get an AKS error now, I don't Google it first. I open ChatGPT and I use this exact prompt. Pause and copy this if you want to use it. I am managing an Azure AKS cluster running Kubernetes 1.28 with Azure CNI networking and Key Vault integration. I am getting this error. Crash loop back off on pod API-deployment-7D9F. OOM killed exit code 137, restart count 14. My setup is AKS with Helm deployments, PostgreSQL flexible server, and Azure Service Bus. Explain exactly what is causing this error, what it means operationally, and give me the 3 most likely fixes in order of probability. 3 things make this different from a Google search. First, you give context. ChatGPT knows your cluster version and your stack. Google does not. Second, you ask for a diagnosis before fixes. This is how a senior engineer thinks. Understand the problem before trying to solve it. Third, you ask for fixes ranked by likelihood, not a list of 10 random suggestions, the top 3 in order. That structure completely changes the quality of the answer you get back. Let me show you what ChatGPT actually says back. For this crash loop backoff error with unkilled exit code 137, ChatGPT correctly identifies the root cause immediately. It tells me the pod is not crashing because of Kubernetes itself. It is being forcibly terminated by the Linux kernel due to memory exhaustion. The container consumed more memory than its limit allows. The OS killed it with SIGKILL. Kubernetes restarted it, it crashed again. And that loop produces crash loop back off. That is the exact diagnosis in under 10 seconds. Then it gives me the 3 fixes in order of likelihood. Fix 1. Increase the memory limit in the container resource spec in your Helm values file. Fix 2. Check for a memory leak in the application code itself. Fix 3. Check if the node has enough allocatable memory for the requested limits. And for each fix, it gives me the exact kubectl command. Kubectl describe pod API-deployment-7D9 kubectl top pod API-deployment-7D9 kubectl get events -sort by equals .metadata.creation timestamp. This entire diagnosis took 45 seconds. The same information from Google takes 10 to 15 minutes to piece together from multiple sources. Second example, and this one is specific to Azure. Key Vault secret not syncing to an AKS pod. This error trips up a lot of engineers who are new to the AKS and Key Vault integration. The error message is cryptic, and the Microsoft documentation is scattered across 3 different pages. Same prompt structure. I tell ChatGPT my cluster version, my stack, and the exact error from the pod events. ChatGPT correctly identifies the managed identity permission issue as the most likely cause and gives me the exact Azure CLI commands to check and fix it. Now the honest part, because I want this channel to give you real information, not just hype. ChatGPT does not always get the fix right, especially for very specific Azure version issues or recent Kubernetes changes after its training cutoff. 2 rules I follow every time. Rule 1, always verify commands against official Microsoft documentation before running them in production. Rule 2, never run a suggested command on a production cluster without testing it in dev or staging first. Use ChatGPT for the diagnosis and the direction. Use your own engineering judgment and the official docs for the final decision. With that discipline in place, this workflow is a genuine productivity multiplier. Without it, you are just running random commands on your production cluster. The prompt template I use today is in the description below. Copy it, update it with your cluster details, and save it somewhere you can find it fast. It will save you hours this month. Next video, I'm showing you exactly how I used GitHub Copilot to write Terraform for Azure AKS faster, including the parts Copilot gets wrong that most tutorials will never tell you. Subscribe, Tuesday and Friday every week. This is the Shift Stack.